Hey, honey,
Yes, Barry?
let's get out of here.
Where are we going?
Where do we always go?
Fascina el viento, este ritmo de palmas, sin naturaleza, hasta encontrar la playa. Por eso grito al mundo, yo soy de Puerto Vallarta. Samba de Puerto Vallarta, noche de arrullo en el mar. Samba de Puerto Vallarta.
Hello, fellow travelers, and welcome to this episode of the Puerto Vallarta Travel Show. I'm your host, Barry Kessler, and I'm just so happy to be introducing you to my favorite vacation destination. Hey, maybe it's even yours, and that's Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. That music you're listening to is performed by Alberto Perez, and Alberto is the owner of the Lapa Lapa group of restaurants. Those are the Lapa Lapa, Puerto Vallarta's oldest restaurant, and the famous Los Muertos Beach, and the El Dorado Restaurant and Beach Club right next door. So you can enjoy that fantastic view of the Los Muertos Pier, all lit up at night in beautiful colors, or during the day in its grand splendor for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Seated with your toes in the sand right at the water's edge. It's so romantic. It's so Puerto Vallarta, my friends. This week, in honor of Restaurant Week, which is really Restaurant Month in Puerto Vallarta, we are going to be visiting with Chef Raul Garcia de Alba. He is the owner of a lovely Italian restaurant with an incredible view. It's called the Seahorse, Cucina Bar and Lounge, and it's right on the Plaza de Armas, right there with a front row view of the Iglesia Nuestra Señora de Guadalupe, that beautiful church on one side, and the Malecon and the Bahia de Banderas on the other side. We're going to be visiting with our friends Lisa and Billy as well from Rise. That is Refugio Infantil Santa Esperanza. That is one of our favorite homes for children at risk in Puerto Vallarta, an orphanage, if you may. And they have a big fundraiser, a real event that's they want to share with us. But before we get to Raul and Billy and Lisa, let's see what's happening this week in Puerto Vallarta, the 28th of September, 2021. Well, Vallarta is recovering slowly. But the rain continues to hamper rebuilding efforts past the Hurricane Nora episode that we had at the very, very end of August. Plans for the new bridge have been submitted. It was announced last week that they're going to actually begin construction of the new Insurgentes Bridge in the middle of town this week. Actually, yesterday was the day that they were supposed to begin construction on the new bridge. They're thinking that this is going to take between 2 and 3 months to rebuild, and we'll see what happens. We will be following, and we'll be bringing you pictures as the time progresses. Speaking about the bridge, last week I had mentioned all the tires that were piled on the bridge that were littering the riverbanks all the way to the sea. If you heard that episode, I talked about a discussion that I had with Marcia, who was over at the cigar factory. She was talking with an old guy who told her that he had worked on the bridge way back in 1959, and he explained to her that the tires were used in the construction of the bridge. Well, let me tell you something. I got a message from JR. He said, BS. He said, no way. He said, first of all, there are plenty of tires that are upstream from that bridge. And he said, in 1959, they didn't have all those Japanese tires. This is something totally different. So, and then the other day, JR sent me an article from VallartaEnlina.com, which explains where these tires came from. This is translated from Spanish, so I will do my best here. It says, building next to Quale used tires and tunnel debris as foundations. And this was dated September 18th, 2021. Again, this is Vallarta Online. The 9-story Riviera del Quale building has unleashed a huge controversy after the river of the same name overflowed and part of the foundation was taken away, leaving a good part of the structure floating on the bed. This is on Calle Invierno and the El Coloso neighborhood. However, a rubber dark secret came to light as the river went down. Tons of tires were scattered on all the banks of the River Quale, its mouth, and under the vehicular bridge that was destroyed. It was until recently a mystery where they had come from. However, the mystery came to an end as the answer had been made known by those residents of this development against whose abuses they have been fighting for more than 10 years. It turns out that when they built that building during the administration of Javier Bravo Carbajal, the architects of the project understood that they needed to isolate the foundations from humidity and river seepage. But far from resorting to state-of-the-art construction techniques, they came up with a quote-unquote Mexican, in the opinion of the neighbors who tested how they not only took away a part of the land that used to be cleared to build the building, rather thousands of old tires were placed in an earthen sandwich as an underground wall to protect the huge structure against the river. This was witnessed by 4 anonymous neighbors interviewed by Vallarta and Lina, who upon seeing the tires watered by the river after the passage of the Hurricane Nora immediately knew where they came from. It's very important to mention that not only with the rising of the East River, it took away the thousands of tires that went to contaminate the ocean and the body of water itself, since they have not yet finished being removed, but this set of tires could also be responsible for the fall of the Quale River Bridge and even the hotel in which a child died, since the rubber is waterproof, and all of these formed a plug that prevented the passage of a lot of water, and it made her jump under the most damaged part of the river bed where the market was damaged, the building and the bridge itself collapsed. Neighbors demand that the developer be investigated for this possible reckless crime, which will cost Vallartenses millions of pesos to repair the damage. But there's more. The neighbors point out that formerly this river area of El Coloso was an embankment at river level and was enclosed by another delta of water that came down from the mountains in a kind of island. Only a few houses stood, but everyone knew about the lake nature of the area. They also used that field to play soccer. The field was enchanting until they began to build the bypass and the large tunnel in 1990, whose rubble and fill extracted from the mountain was dumped precisely where this building is. As a consequence, the level of the area rose a bit, and the material carried solidified, but it's not natural form in this area, and therefore does not resist the riverbed as it should. For several years, there was a restaurant that operated there on that land. Until between 2009 and 2011, the current 9-story building, with its underground wall made of tires, was built on this land made up of the mountain fill. Yeah, JR talked about that when we talked last week. Additionally, the developer seeks to build another 2 equal buildings on what's left of the land in the direction of the island. And on the other side, a 3-story development that Mayor Arturo Davalos Peña himself acknowledged in an interview to have authorized, heading to the vehicular bridge, with the argument that the company verified that the area was private property and not federal land, whose first works, by the way, destroyed the Quale River itself now that it grew. According to the neighbors interviewed, the company showed them a model where this development was going to be 4 floors and have parking spaces until reaching the vehicular bridge, taking away the green area that was next to the river and had originally promised it would be a park for the residents of the neighborhood. Now a protest has been organized to respect the green areas of Puerto Vallarta precisely at this point, with emphasis on this particular issue. One of the demands of the neighbors is that the construction company take responsibility and leave the green area next to the river free. Another is that if they are going to continue with the project, to build a real concrete retaining wall from the bridge, diverting the water before there's another cave-in. Otherwise, they warn, no matter how much work you do and whatever you do there, because they've already started putting machinery and rebuilding that bed, the next flood, again, will take away the foundations of their building and could cause a real tragedy. And so that's interesting. I have a link to that article from VallartaInLina.com in there in the show notes. And wow, that explains the tires. And we'll see what goes on. We'll see how things proceed. But what a mess. What a complete mess. The president of Mexico was in Puerto Vallarta last week. Here's an article from Reporte Diario Online. It reads, very strong and important projects are coming for Puerto Vallarta, dated September 22nd, 2021. President Andrés Manuel López Obrador met with Professor Michel, the elected municipal president of Puerto Vallarta, who accompanied him to the Mexico 2021 Aerospace Fair, which was held at the Santa Lucia Air Base. At this event, López Obrador reaffirmed his commitment to work hand-in-hand with Professor Michel for the benefit of the Vallarta residents. He also assured him that there are important projects on the way for tourism in the municipality. Other topics they spoke about were safety, roads, the environment, and infrastructure. After his speech, Andrés Manuel López Obrador introduced the United States ambassador to Mexico, to Professor Michel. In an emotional act, Ken Salazar, the ambassador, told Luis Alberto Michel Rodriguez that Puerto Vallarta is my favorite tourist destination. Hey, it's mine too. Anyway, as Luis Alberto Michel Rodriguez is well known, he has a close relationship with President López Manuel Obrador, who has always shown great trust and appreciation towards the professor and towards Puerto Vallarta. This event was organized by the Mexican Air Force. Great personalities from Mexican politics were there, and I have a link to that article in the show notes. So money might be on the way from the feds. It looks like maybe even some U.S. money might be even on the way as well. Very interesting. Speaking of U.S. money and things coming from, up north, could be Canada as well, Danny Manini from Act 2 is having a toy drive, and he has a message for anybody who's coming to Puerto Vallarta before Christmas. It reads, friends from the north, as you plan your return, please save a small space in your bags and pick up a toy for a child. This year will be the most difficult Christmas for many. I have a goal of collecting 500 toys. Drop them off at Act 2 PV. Christmas will be here before you know it. So if you have room in your bags, pack a toy, you guys. Drop it off over at Act 2. It's up on Basilio Badillo 330. Check their hours before you schlep that toy up there. Just saying. And speaking of doing cool things for the kids in Puerto Vallarta, I had the opportunity while I was there a couple weeks ago to talk with our friends Lisa and Billy. They are at Rise almost all the time. Refugio Infantil Santa Esperanza. I think that's in Colonia Buenos Aires, if I'm not mistaken. It's an orphanage. It's for the little ones. It's for the really tiny ones. Billy and Lisa are just wonderful and caring people. They are from the United States. They volunteer their time up at Rise, and they organize the volunteers who also work up at Rise too. And of course, this is a home for children at risk. Anyway, it seems that they do a whole lot over there, Billy and Lisa. Anyway, they asked if I could help them get the word out about their major fundraiser that's coming up this year. It's called So You Think You Can Rise, and it's a talent show. So I said, you know what? Let's just get you both on a microphone. You can tell everybody about it. So we met up over at Restaurant San Lucas, over on the corner of Lazaro Cardenas and Constitucion, and that's right across the street from the taco stands over on Lazaro Cardenas, right next to Farmacia Guadalajara. So it is one of my favorite places to actually relax and take in the town itself and to record interviews. And the food is great. The atmosphere is even better. So let's just go right now and see what Billy and Lisa have to say and see what they have in store for us. All right, we are right now having a little dinner over at Restaurant San Lucas, and we have Lisa from Rise. Lisa, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
So
and my lovely husband.
Oh, wait a minute. I shouldn't leave Billy out.
That's
Billy.
right.
Lovely would not be a good word to describe it. Thank you.
Oh, thanks you guys for coming, and you're here to give us a little bit of news about what's happening at Rise. You got some plans?
Yes, we have some plans for a fundraiser this season. The big show will end up being on February 20th. And what is the big show? It's a variety talent contest where we will have auditioned hopefully near 100 contestants. And then we will have preliminaries starting January 9th for 6 weeks with 6 contestants at each of the shows. And our partners at Encanto and The Palm have been kind and generous to support us and give us the venues to hold these events, with the grand finale at Teatro Vallarta. Thank you to Hector Mata. So Tracy Parks and Mark Rose at The Palm have been kind and generous to support us in this event.
Excellent. All right. So it's kind of like America's Got Talent kind of a thing. Is that what we're talking about here?
Yes, it is, and it's called So You Think You Can Rise. So we're very excited because our orphanage is named Rise, Refugio Infantil Santa Esperanza, and we house over 30 children who have been in at-risk situations, and they live in our home. We educate them, we clothe them, we feed them, we entertain them in any way we can possible, just trying to give them a better life ahead. And most importantly, we try to teach them English as well so that they can get a career going once they leave our home.
Wonderful. I also understand that they have come back to school. Yes?
Yes. So, boy, we had a tough year last year. Not only did we lose our founder, Madre Mari, she passed, unfortunately, due to health conditions, and we have pulled it together in the last year with our leader, Professor Jorge. He's our new director. But as you all know, COVID hit, and we had our children homeschooled for the whole last year, plus 3 months of the prior year. So they had not been back at school. We had the threat of the hurricane that came through. Well, it wasn't a threat, but for school starting. But fortunately, they started this week, and we've been walking them to school every day this week to get them acclimated to their new environments.
That must be actually pretty cute, isn't it?
Yeah, so, getting that many kids ready to go in the morning with, things are a little bit different now with, a water bottle, gel, a mask, a shield, just for them to get to school is, certainly something different from them and different for us. But, they are super sweet kids, and we're just happy to help them with their education.
Wow. All right. Yeah, it's great to see kids going back to school. They need to have their friends,
Yes, they do.
All right. So give us the time frame again. We're going to start when is the finale?
Okay, so the finale is February 20th at Teatro Vallarta. And if we work backwards, the preliminaries will start January 9th for 6 weeks, alternating between Encanto and The Palm. And of course, with the hurricane and Encanto's impending recovery, it may change, but I'm confident that they will recover and we will be able to utilize their awesome environment and venue.
Excellent. All right, cool. All right, so, and then, those are the two. They got the preliminaries, and that's what we're most interested in.
Right, the preliminaries, January 9th, for 6 weeks with the finale on February 20th at Teatro Vallarta. Now, for everybody that's got some talent, we need you. We want you. And what are you going to do? You're going to apply and or fill out a form for an audition. The auditions will be 3 weeks in November, starting with November 14th. All of these dates, just so you know, are Sundays. So hopefully none of you are working on a Sunday and you can take the time to come and audition. And the preliminaries are on Sundays and the finale is on a Sunday. And they're all going to be Sunday afternoons. The details will follow on our website. So stay tuned, and I'll keep Barry updated with that information.
All right, excellent. And you will let us know, obviously, and we'll push it out to all the listeners.
And just so you know, not only the preliminaries and the finale will have our contestants, there will be sprinkled with a lot of the well-known PV talent here in Puerto Vallarta. I don't want to spill any beans yet, but that information will follow as well. So stay tuned, mark your calendars, and we look for your support.
Excellent. And, all that is going to be going to one of our very favorite orphanages, and that's the big fundraiser coming up for Rise. And, hey, I see you got a new logo. I'll pop it on the... I'll pop it in the website here so people can take a look at it.
Yeah, that would be great. We did that because we're celebrating 20 years of having a home for children in these unsafe environments. And if you guys all know out there, we are privately funded, so all of this is very important to us. We receive our children from the government, DEEF, because they find them in these situations and bring them to us because they know they'll be safe. And unfortunately, the government's not in a position to provide the funding, so we raise the money on our own. So everything you can do to help us, we appreciate it.
Excellent. All right. Well, very good. We'll have all that information and keep us up to date.
Thank you, Barry, always for supporting us and
you, Lisa.
Keeping everybody aware of what we're doing.
Hey, thank you very much for coming on again. I think you should earn a T-shirt or something like that. You've been on the show probably more than you and Belly have probably been on the show more than anybody else.
Well, maybe we'll make a T-shirt, a Barry Kessler T-shirt.
Oh, no,
with a Rise logo.
I'll bring. Okay, all right, sounds good. All right,
I'm on it.
Thanks. All right. Well, thank you, Lisa. Thank you, Billy. I will be following up with them, and I'll be filling you all in on the progress and the goings-on with the Puerto Vallarta's version of You Got Talent. It's called, of course, So You Think You Can Rise, and sounds kind of catchy. I have actually a picture of the new logo for Rise in the show notes, and also a poster for the event. So check it out over at www.puertovallartatravelshow.com. Now, if you're coming from the United States to Mexico and you haven't had your vaccines topped off just yet, travel is about to get a little bit harder for you guys. Here's an article from Lonely Planet. Re-entry gets tougher for unvaccinated travelers under new policy. Impacting travel, and this is written by Lori Barate, September 23rd, 2021. Unvaccinated Americans will find themselves subject to stricter entry requirements upon returning home from abroad when the United States enacts its new system for international travelers at some point in November. The White House announced earlier this week that under the new rules, all adult international arrivals will be able to enter the U.S. with proof that they are fully vaccinated and a negative COVID-19 test taken no more than 72 hours prior to their flight. Foreign nationals who aren't fully vaccinated will not be allowed to travel to the U.S. at all, regardless of their country of origin, with the exception of children who are ineligible to receive COVID-19 vaccines. The new entry regulations will also apply to immunized returning U.S. citizens and permanent residents, a Department of State spokesperson confirmed to Lonely Planet. While being unvaccinated won't bar homebound Americans from re-entering the states, the uninoculated will face tighter testing parameters than they currently do, These individuals will be required to present negative results from a COVID-19 test performed within just 24 hours of boarding their flight rather than 72, and they will also need to prove that they've purchased a viral test to take after their arrival in the U.S. If you haven't received the jab, the nation's public health authorities don't think you should be traveling abroad right now anyway. The Centers for Disease Control will continue to strongly recommend against air travel by U.S. citizens and permanent residents who are not fully vaccinated, the State Department spokesman explained. During Monday's press briefing, White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki said that part of the U.S.'s new strategy will involve robust contact tracing efforts. Psaki said that the CDC will require airlines to collect comprehensive contact information for every passenger coming to the United States and to provide that information promptly to the CDC upon request so that the agency can follow up with those whom it has found to have been exposed to COVID-19. The CDC, however, has yet to issue an official contact tracing order or divulge the details about how the new policy will actually work and the date on which it will go into effect. In the meantime, all potential U.S.-bound passengers, including visa applicants, can check for travel updates on the Department of State's website. And I have a link to that Lonely Planet article in the show notes. You can find it, of course, at www.puertovallartatravelshow.com. So, if you're not vaxxed yet, you better think about doing it soon. Mexico gets a new 20 peso bill, and you can look for it in your change when you arrive in Mexico, if you haven't already gotten one yet. But I've got this article here from Mexico News Daily. The new 20 peso bill commemorates Mexico's independence. It has birds and soldiers and a crocodile. It says here, the Bank of Mexico has released a new 20 peso bill, about $1 US, to honor the 200th anniversary of independence, recalling the moment exactly 2 centuries ago when the rebel army entered Mexico City. On the following day, September 28, 1821, Mexico was declared independent. The reverse side of the note pays tribute to the country's natural wealth with an image of the Sayan-Kan Biosphere Reserve in Quintana Roo, a UNESCO Natural World Heritage Site. It features a crocodile and a garza chocolatera, a type of crane, also known as a rosate spoonbill. The celebrated former President Benito Juarez has been dropped off the 20 peso note, which went into circulation on Friday. The primarily green and red bill depicts a painting which hangs in Chapultepec Castle called The Solemn and Peaceful Entry of the Army of the Three Guarantees into Mexico City on September 27th from the memorable year of 1821. It was painted by an anonymous artist. It glorifies the moment the army arrived at Mexico City's Central Square, led by Agustin de Iturbide. The image displays a flag of the army and the Mexican flag side by side, and local people celebrating the military's arrival. Another of the Bank of Mexico's eye-catching designs was internationally applauded earlier this year, a 100 peso bill, about $5 US, depicting the self-educated nun and intellectual Sor Juana Inés de la Cruz, was named the Banknote of the Year 2020 by the International Bank Note Society. I bet you didn't know they had one of those. A series of events are planned for 2021 to recall 2 centuries since independence, 500 years since the fall of the Aztec capital Tenochtitlan, and the rather dubiously 700 years since the ancient city's foundation. In addition to the Sayan-Kan Biosphere Reserve, there are 5 UNESCO Natural World Heritage Sites in Mexico. Those are the El Vizcaíno Whale Sanctuary in Baja California and Baja California Sur, the Monarch Butterfly Biosphere Reserve in Michoacán, the Revillagigedo Archipelago in the Pacific Ocean, the El Picante and Gran Desierto de Alta Biosphere Reserve in Sonora, and the islands and protected areas of the Gulf of California spanning Baja California Sur, Sonora, Sinaloa, and Nayarit. and I have a picture of the new bill as well as a link to that article from Mexico News Daily in the show notes. All right, I finally got to most of my emails in my email box, and I think I answered all your questions. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the great emails out there. If for any reason that I have not sent you an email back, haven't answered you for any reason at all, please try again. Anyway, I have one or two I want to share with you, but I think we should get to the interview. Don't you? I think we should. As I mentioned earlier, I thought that, we really should go out for a meal this week because it's restaurant week in Puerto Vallarta. Actually, it's more like restaurant month because it goes from September the 15th until the 10th of October. So this restaurant we're going to is not actually participating in Restaurant Week, but I want to talk about it because it's a brand new restaurant in Puerto Vallarta, and I really, really like it. And I think that you guys will really like it too. It's located right in the middle of town. It's called the Seahorse, Cusina Bar and Lounge. It's located right above the Starbucks on the Plaza de Armas, right there in the middle of everything. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we went to Bucerias for Italian food, and there we had a great ocean view, some traditional Italian food. This week, we are going to a real traditional Italian restaurant with the best view in Puerto Vallarta. Vistas of the famous Crown Church on one side, the Iglesia de Nuestra Señora de Guadalupe, and the Malecon stretching right in front of you on the other side. You're right there, right in the middle of everything. And of course, an unmatched sunset over the Bay of Banderas. It's a wonderful, wonderful spot to be. It's in the old Bistro Teresa location, and it's really easy to get to because, first of all, there's no steps and there's no stairs. There's no mountains to climb to get yourself a really good view. You just walk to their lobby and you take the elevator up to the 4th floor of the restaurant, and there you are. And you've got this gorgeous, gorgeous view right in the middle of town. The restaurant has a lovely bar area. It's open air. It's very modern. It's very chic. It's a great place to sit down and have a few cocktails, maybe an appetizer, and just sit and enjoy the beauty of Puerto Vallarta. Inside the restaurant itself, it is equally as beautiful, if not more. Linen tablecloths, napkins, and beautiful stemware and flatware. There are windows all around, just one big bank of windows. So you got an unobstructed view of the church, of the town square, of the Malecon, and of the Bahia de Banderas. It's very fancy looking, okay, but don't let that stop you because we know when we go to Puerto Vallarta, we aren't dressed fancy. We're pretty super uncasual. I mean, we're below casual. So don't worry about that. Come on, make sure you're wearing shoes and a shirt, of course, but you don't have to get super dressed up to go there. You go there, have a drink, or have a meal, or have a snack, or whatever it is. It's easy to get to, and it's just so easy to hop on an elevator and go straight up and visit with Raul. Now, Raul, he knows Italian food, and he's the owner, he's the chef, and he's only been open since April. So this restaurant is brand spanking new. I mean, it is brand new, and more people need to know about this place, or he's not going to be there. Okay, so you got to go. You got to go upstairs because Raul is waiting there for you. Now, let's just meet the chef. Let's go right now. Let's go to the roof of this very spacious bar area and lounge with a dramatic view of the Malecon and the Bahia de Banderas right there on the Plaza de Armas. Let's go and meet Chef Raul Garcia de Alba, his restaurant, Seahorse Cucina Bar and Lounge, in the heart of Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Raul, thanks for coming on the show today.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the invitation, guys.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from, and what was your path that led you to Puerto Vallarta?
Okay, so I'm from a small town close to Outland de Navarro, Jalisco. Is a name, Unión de Tula, Jalisco. Is coming from United States. He opened this restaurant, the Seahorse in Puerto Vallarta. Is my new baby over here.
All right. So you're in the States. Is that where you opened up your first restaurant?
It's opened my food restaurant in United States. I'm working for American Corporation, Il Fornaio. I started in '89 in Palo Alto, California. So I opened almost 34 restaurants in the United States. It's across to Seattle to Scottsdale, Arizona. It's almost 34 restaurants.
Wow.
Open in Il Fornaio, American Corporation.
So Il Fornaio has restaurants all over the area. I didn't know that.
It's more in the Bay Area. It's also in the Sur, California. It's 2 in Vegas and also in Denver, Colorado. So it's a nice Italian, one of the best Italian restaurants in the United States. It's my school over there for 30-something years in the United States.
Yeah. So you went to school in the U.S.?
I go to culinary school in the Bay Area in San Francisco, California.
Culinary school.
Yes.
And so, what brought you here to Puerto Vallarta?
Okay, so I tried to open my own restaurant in the United States. The problem is it's not easy to, it's my town is in Jalisco.
Yeah.
So I looking for place. I check this beautiful restaurant over here in downtown Puerto Vallarta. One of the best view and the science seat in Puerto Vallarta is what do you think? It's my restaurant. It's beautiful.
Yeah. So this restaurant, it used to be just recently, because it's been a couple of things, but it used to be a Bistro Teresa, and now you've come and you've put your touch on this restaurant. What have you done? What kind of things have you done on this in this area here?
Okay, so before it's a Bistro Teresa, so now I open a new project. Is an authentic Italian Cusina in Puerto Vallarta, because my company before, Il Fornaio, is authentic Italian Cusina. So this is my project in Puerto Vallarta. It's not easy for me to open this kind of restaurant, because it's not like United States. It's buy risotto and burrata, prosciutto. Over here, it's a little hard to buy the product to Italy.
Yeah, so that is weird. How are you dealing with that?
I look in every place over here in Puerto Vallarta to buy the produce. So I talk to people and ask, hey, what is your Cusina? So my Cusina is Italiana. So where you could find the risotto? So I go to another place. I need risotto. I don't have a risotto. I go to another place. I need a burrata. So now, finally, I take risotto with some guys from Italy. So bringing product from Italy. He's bringing my risotto and bringing also it's not easy to buy the Marsala wine. Marsala wine, one of the authentic wines for made in Tiramisu. Finally, we have it already, Marsala. So I'm making Tiramisu before a month and a half, because people asking for Tiramisu. I say, I can have it making Tiramisu right now. So now, in maybe a couple more days, I made Tiramisu for the people. The authentic Tiramisu is the lady fingers and Marsala wine.
There you go. That's the real thing. And now, did I just hear you say that you're getting your risotto from Italy?
Yes. Yeah.
So how do you? I mean, what do? You get some guy like load up his suitcase and off he goes, or what's going on there?
I call one guy. Hey, can you bring a risotto? He's bringing a risotto for Spain. So I make a risotto. It look like risotto, Mexican risotto. Is making like paella. Paella is a different rice.
Yeah.
So I can serve risotto with different rice. I want an authentic Italian risotto, arborio rice, and prosciutto is by like over here. I want the whole prosciutto. Over here only sell couple of slicers.
Really?
Yes.
So do you have to make your own? How do you do it?
So
You just buying it by the slice, or what's going on?
I buy red rice. I wanted the whole piece. There is a whole piece of prosciutto.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want a slicer because the slicer in 2 days is already dry.
Yeah.
So I want to make a slide in the moment. Also, the another thing is not easy to buy is the saffron.
Ah, really?
Yes.
In Mexico, you have a hard time buying saffron?
Yeah, I don't have any saffron. It's been the saffron puree.
Well, where does it come from?
It's Spain.
Oh, it's from Spain.
It's
Okay,
Spain.
so it's not even, you can't even find it here on this
Yeah,
continent.
yeah.
Okay, all right. I feel better about that now. But probably have no problem finding vanilla around here.
Oh, no, we have vanilla over here. It's vanilla liquor. I can have a vanilla beans.
Yeah.
Also, I looking for gelatos. I don't have a gelatos over here for the Italian gelatos. It's only lemon sorbetos.
Oh, really? Okay, so are you gonna make your own? What's going to go on with that?
I try to make my own sorbetos over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. See. All right. So mother is what do they say? Necessity is the mother of invention.
Yeah.
So you got to make it work, but you do. It sounds to me like you're totally into the ingredients that are exact, that are just kind of what came from Il Fornaio,
Right.
Il Fornaio, right?
Yeah, because Il Fornaio is my school. So the Il Fornaio, everything is making fresh. No, all the dressing, all the salad, all the meat, all the fish, all the chicken, everything fresh. So this is my school. This is my Cusina.
Yeah.
Everything fresh. In the morning, I go to the 5 de Diciembre, the fish market. I buy the fish. I take 1, 2, 3 pounds per day. The next day it sells. The next day go to the market. I bring in my parsley, Italian parsley, and Italian basil, because it's not easy basil over here.
Really?
Yeah, it's not easy. We have another guy is Thai. The name is Thai basil.
Thai
basil is different.
Oh, it is?
The Italian,
Yeah.
the Italian
The
basil.
Italian basil.
Right.
No kidding. Okay,
Yes.
so are you growing your own basil?
I got to grow basil. Yes.
So you're just going to have to start growing
Yeah.
everything in your garden,
Because
right? So your own basil, you're doing your own Italian parsley too?
Right.
Is that what I hear?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Because you making over here, you making the authentic pesto. I making pesto, the original pesto with the Italian basil. You use another basil, look like the tasting like sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the same.
It's not the same.
Not the
and
same.
That makes a big difference
And-
because it does make an impact
Right.
on whatever you're
Right.
eating. Yeah.
Another choice, I don't want to open restaurant, authentic Cuisine. I want to put it a little Cusina. or Mexican, Italian Cusina.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, heck, there's a couple of those around here.
Right,
You know,
right.
you got the right idea.
I put it on maybe the jasmine rice instead the risotto.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Now, all right. So now I know what I got to bring. Next time I come down, I'll bring you a suitcase of risotto.
No, you know what happened?
No, tell me.
I changed my menu 2-3 times because I can find the burrata, I can find the ricotta, I can find the risotto, I can find the raccalan, the lamb chang. This is my cuisine over here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. All right. So don't worry. Right. It's going to be just fine. You got your hands on everything you need. Tell us a little bit about your menu. And then we'll get to the bar because the bar is beautiful, and of course the view is beautiful. We'll get that too. So, your menu. Give us a little sample of what it's like. Maybe like your appetizers. What are they like?
Okay, so we have one of the authentic, salad. Is ensalada rosa. Ensalada rosa is nice and fresh salad, especially over here in the Vallarta, because now it's a little hot. So that one is a watermelon. It's a fresh watermelon, strawberries, and tomato. with the feta cheese and balsamic reduction with the orange dressing salad. It's the best, one of the best salad, special for this in Vallarta. Also, we have the authentic burrata. Finally, we have burrata already.
All right, so tell me what's burrata.
Okay, the burrata cheese is one of the authentic cheese, like the mozzarella, cut in the middle is like ricotta and middle, los soft. When you open, it's coming very soft, very good. One of the best Italian cheese for the salad.
Okay,
Yeah.
burrata.
Burrata cheese.
Burrata cheese.
It looks like the mozzarella, like
Okay.
the fresh mozzarella.
So like the it comes in the balls, like
Coming in the bowl.
Uh-huh.
When you cut it, is the ricotta inside.
Oh wow. Okay, so that sounds lovely.
One
Yeah.
of the best.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so wow, what a great salad. All right, so
Yeah.
that's and with all the fresh fruit and beautiful. So beautiful.
We had antipasto de la casa. Antipasto de la casa is an important cheese from Italy. I use the parmesano. I use the brie. I use the couple more cheese from Italy, and use the cold meat. I use the coppa. I use the mozzarella, mortadella. I use the parmesan. I use the prosciutto, because I make a nice antipasto with the meat and cold.
Nice. Wow. All right.
Antipasto de la casa.
Antipasto de la casa. That sounds delicious. What about your main menu? What are your specialties of the house?
Okay, my menu is very simple. I use a lot of seafood, because in Vallarta we have fresh seafood. We have nice clams, nice mussels, good shrimp, good calamari. One of the pasta is the spaghetti frutta de mare. Spaghetti frutta de mare is the more authentic spaghetti, which is imported for Italy, and it's a clams, mussels, all seafood from town. It's bringing fresh every day.
Yeah.
From the ocean to the pan.
Right here.
Yeah.
Exactly. Frutta de mare.
Frutta de mare. We have gnocchi. Is a homemade gnocchi. The dumpling, I making fresh gnocchi with a crab. Is a crab, and then crab meat and shrimp with a little bit mascarpone cheese. The mascarpone cheese is the Italy, and I use marinara sauce. It's one of the best gnocchi in the town. This is a gnocchi, the Seahorse. I recommend that one, this gnocchi.
I love gnocchi. Okay, so to tell everybody what gnocchi is, they're like little dumplings from potatoes, right?
Yes.
Potatoes.
Potato dumpling. This one is not frozen. I making every day fresh.
So these little gnocchi, each one of those is handmade.
It's homemade.
It's like just done by hand, because you that's how you do it, and that's amazing to me. You know, when I see a dish of gnocchi, I go, each one of those. I mean, it's just like a ravioli, right? Each one of those is all handmade.
Okay, so the gnocchi is very simple. It's the potatoes, boil the potatoes, peel the potatoes, and look like mashed potato. Instead, put it on milk. You put a flour and eggs.
Ah, okay. No milk, flour, and eggs.
And mix like making like pizza dough, similar, a little hard, and making like a little roll, like the finger size, and you cut it.
So you're rolling. So you're taking that dough and you're rolling it into long rolls, and then you're cutting it into.
And they cut it into
pieces. Okay.
Right, and you put the water boil. When the gnocchi go up, the gnocchi is already. You take it out, you put it in the pan, olive oil, and making the sauce. Very, very easy for gnocchi.
Yeah, easy for you.
Anytime I'm making cooking class in my restaurant over here, I teach her with gnocchi, you guys.
All right, so look, really? Okay, so are you doing cooking classes?
I'm making cooking class in the United States.
Okay, so you're going to be doing that here. Is that your plan?
It's my plan. My plan making gnocchi over here, making raviolis too.
All right, okay.
Homemade fresh pasta.
How cool is that? All right, so keep that in mind if you interested in taking a little bit of Italian cooking classes.
Yes.
when you're in Puerto Vallarta. Then you got to see Raul. You know, Raul, I got to tell you, brother. You know, I know you say you're from Guadalajara and from Jalisco, or the Guadalajara area, but you sound like you're Italian, brother. You got an Italian accent on you. Just no one ever told you that, right?
Nobody. Nobody. Yeah.
All right.
People asking, hey, are you from Italy? Hey, I'm from Italy. Because I work for Italy, and my boss, he's from Italy.
Yeah.
So I speak in a little Italy, too.
That's right. You speak Italian. That's
Yeah.
right. Absolutely. Or you speak Italy. Right. Okay.
Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. That's right. All right. So, gnocchi. What other house classic dishes do you have?
Okay. In the United States, I cooking class like raviolis. Raviolis is with the stuffing and homemade pasta and the fresh. One at a time, you cooking, and I teach her, you prep your pasta, you cook your raviolis in the pan, and when this is ready, you eating your raviolis when you made it.
Yes. So that is great. All right.
Yeah.
So he's going to teach you how to make them, and then he's going to make you eat them.
Yes.
Right?
Something happens, you press your raviolis.
Yeah. If you did it wrong, you can't blame him. If it doesn't taste right.
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 Yeah.
Oh no. I'm sure everything will taste perfect. All right. So what a great idea. I mean, having classes here, and what a great view to be doing classes. So you think you'll be doing those out here? Where do you do? Where will you do them?
The class is right here in the bar.
Right on the rooftop.
Right in the roof. Right in the roof.
Nice.
Use a nice view and nice sunset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Good.
Yeah, over here.
This is a classic sunset area right
Yeah.
here, isn't it? And how about desserts? Are you doing desserts?
I make dessert. I make one of my favorite desserts is sabaglione.
What is sabaglione?
Sabaglione is one of the authentic Italian desserts. It's an egg yolks with marsala and sugar. You make it a baño Maria, it's the boilers, with the sherbet and the ice cream. The gelato is the orange sorbet
Okay.
with the berries. Berries is raspberries, blueberries, strawberries, and the egg yolk in the top is already boiled.
So it's
Yeah,
all cooked. It's already
It's already cooked.
You put it in the double boiler
In the double
and you
boiler.
cook it up.
Yeah. So coming very, very nice, very good flavor with the ice cream and the fresh berries.
Wow.
And the marsala wine. Oh, the best, one of the best desserts. Also, I'm making the crepes also, and the tiramisu, very easy. Finally, we have the lady fingers and marsala. I teach her you guys, when you come in my restaurant, I teach her in the tiramisu. Wherever you want, I cooking with you guys.
Excellent. Okay. Look at that. All right. What was it like coming here? Now, you came here for the first time, right?
Yes.
And decided you were going to open a restaurant. I mean, is that a little crazy? Just coming here for the first time and just, never been to Puerto Vallarta before?
Wow, it's not easy. It's not easy. I come in February over here to see the restaurant. The restaurant is closing for a year over here, so the restaurant is very bad.
Yeah.
And no with nobody, no friends, no. I can tell, hey, can you help me to paint? Can you help me to repair this one? It's not easy. It's not easy to open this restaurant over here because it's no friends. It's no.
You didn't know anybody.
It's nobody.
You came in here. You didn't know anybody.
Right. I try to look the new. Hey, can you repair plumbery? Can you repair paint? Can you and talking to the people and he's coming. Hey, can you have friends to repair this? Well, okay, we have friends. So now, before 2 months, the restaurant is already open a month and a half. So finally, we have everything already to
do business.
To open to the guys, yeah. To business.
So how long have you actually been open to the public now?
It's almost month and a half.
Month and a half.
Yes.
So you are just brand new. You're a baby right here.
Right, I'm baby right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Were you frightened about coming here and making that jump? Jumping in, or is it something that you you were determined to do, and you were just going to go ahead and do it.
Yeah, it's
Was it scary?
yes, it's scary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I bet.
yeah, yeah. The problem is I focus now in the restaurant because I teach the people. I can have time for go inside because I need 1 or 2 days off
Yeah.
for see. I was a tour over there, a nice tour, and the people, hey, can you come into this tour? A good price. No, I know the good price. The problem we don't have time right now.
Yeah.
Pero I recommend Vallarta is for people coming in because it has good cruiser, good
Boats.
wherever you wanna go.
Yeah, you could do anything. You could do
Right.
anything here.
Right.
But now the thing is that I know, because you have probably been like working your rear end off. You probably haven't had a whole lot of time to learn a lot about the town. I'm guessing, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, because normally I would ask you stuff like, what's your favorite breakfast, lunch, and dinner places? Although you're open for lunch and dinner, so I would ask, what's your favorite breakfast spot? But you probably don't get out much, right?
No, no, because now it's no time to. I focus right now in the restaurant. We have good restaurant over here around the Malecon. Very good restaurant. Good breakfast. Good lunch restaurant, dinner restaurant. So now I focus on my restaurant because I teach my cook. I can go 1-3 hours and come in one customer. And this guy serve something wrong, and some complain. I don't want to complain right now.
No,
I want
you don't.
100%. When people come in, these people go 100% happy.
Happy. Yes. And that's a great idea.
Yes.
Because you don't want, people, when they're not happy, they do stuff like write bad reviews, and you can't get rid of those bad reviews. So you're right, Raul. You have to stick around and make sure that your chefs know what they're doing, right?
Yeah, now focus later. Maybe when my people is already 100%, I go to walking in the Malecon for 2-3 hours and come back.
Did you have a hard time finding a place to live?
No. Over here it's easy to buy the place to live.
Yeah.
It's a lot place to live, and beautiful house, and the rents. Exactly, it's good price. The people over here in Vallarta is number one. It's the hospitality is perfect. I recommend Vallarta, you guys. I recommend Vallarta. Finally, I'm here. People they say, hey, something wrong, something. No, Vallarta is number one for live, and the hospitality, and the people, the view, the food, the club. So 100% Vallarta is number one.
Yeah. Do you have music up here? Do you have people come up and play, or do you have the? I see you got the speakers over the bar. So
yeah, we have music. We got music over here, and the couple days and the weeks, I bring it live music. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We have the saxophone and guitar guys.
Nice.
And also I promote the eventos here in my restaurant. Last month is a kid is one of the planet is coming last month. So next Sunday is the three tenders is coming in my restaurant.
The 3 tenors?
Yes.
Really?
And also Effie Pizarro, one of the American Island, she's coming Wednesdays.
Nice.
Wednesday. It's
Good,
beautiful.
good. Yeah.
I try to bring in people from United States to live music in the restaurant.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, good touch.
I promote the restaurant.
Well, it's really, sitting up here, it is very romantic. And, tell us about your bar. You got anything special going on there? Are you making special drinks? You got a good mixologist there behind the bar?
Yes, we have a nice mixologist, guys. He's making good drinks, good price. It's very important. We have happy hour, 1 to 2. Margaritas, the best margaritas is the fresh fruit, homemade margaritas. It's not frozen, everything fresh. It's the mango, strawberries, It's berries is authentic margaritas, fresh from fresh fruit. Also, we have mojitos, we have beer, we have good wines. It's a selected wine for Napa, for Chile, for Argentina, for Mexico. It's a good wines over here. Is for the red and white.
Excellent. All right. So, full service here, guys. Full service. Now, generally, this is the time, well, when not only do we talk about restaurants, but we talk about, like, going off to places, where you would spend a day off or where you would spend 3 days off. I'm getting the feeling that you haven't had a day off in a while. Am I right?
Yeah. And 1.5 months, I don't take any days off.
Wow. All right. Yeah. So I'm not going to ask you any of those, but when I come back next time after 3 months, I hope that you got a little time off so you can go down south over to Maito and have some fun. Maybe go up north to Punta de Mita or Sayulita or something like that. You get a little taste.
A little tour.
And then you can tell me. Where you went.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
If you had a word of advice for a first-time visitor that was coming here to Puerto Vallarta, what would you tell them?
Okay. The view first time of Puerto Vallarta is the people. Nice people. Is very hospitality. And when I look in the house, this guy give me, hey, you have a good price over here. You have this bad area over here. The people in Vallarta is very, very hospitality people. It's the people in Vallarta is one of the hospitalities, one of the best in Vallarta.
Yeah, it is, and that's what they're famous for. I mean, it's amazing that they take great pride in being hospitable to outside visitors. It's amazing. Especially after what we put them through. I mean, come on. They should be kicking us out right now. But no, they're very nice. They say, come, let me show you, let me help you. Let's come back to your restaurant. Let's come back to the Seahorse.
The Seahorse is Cusina Bar and Lounge. It's a Cucina, it's authentic Italian Cusina.
Are you got a Facebook page? You got a website? What do you got going?
Okay, we have already in the Facebook. You're looking for the Seahorse, and we have on Facebook is Instagram, and Yelp is right now we have good reviews. So you follow me, guys, and my page is the Seahorse Cuisine Bar. Okay, it's already in the Facebook and the Yelp and the Instagram too.
And Instagram too. Okay, so yes. I'm going to have links to those in the show notes. Of course, you know where to find them. You go to www.puertovallartatravelshow.com. If you're not aware of where this place is, it's like it overlooks it's like right next to or above where the Starbucks is in the Plaza de Armas, and it is like right across kitty corner from the amphitheater on the Malecon. So it is got the most incredible view, and I will have a Google map that'll take you right to the front door of the Seahorse restaurant here and get you here, pronto, right? Is there anything else you wanted to add before we say goodbye today?
I say thank you guys, and I recommend my restaurant. You want to come to nice view. It's one of the best views in Puerto Vallarta. It's in downtown. It's one of the best views in Puerto Vallarta. You coming, guys, I recommend.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys.
The genuine, the real Italian restaurant in Vallarta.
Thank you guys. Thank you for the time, and I say thank you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you so much, Raul. Thank you so much, Raul. Hey, listen, tell your friends, like I said, but better still, go see Raul yourself. Make sure you get there, go there for a cocktail, go for an appetizer, go have a wonderful Italian meal. And, you'll be able to enjoy some of the greatest Italian food with the best view of Puerto Vallarta anywhere. Easy access, like I said, no stairs, and just gorgeous food, restaurant, and person. Raul, you're okay, brother. You're okay. I have pictures of the restaurant with that view, with that food, with the drinks, and I've got links and a map, of course, that will take you to the front door of this lovely restaurant, the Seahorse. All right, well, that should do it for this week. Next week, stay tuned for more on-the-ground reports from Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, with travel tips, great restaurant excursion ideas, and more. But until then, remember that this is an interactive show where I depend on your questions and your suggestions about all things Puerto Vallarta. If you think of something that I should be talking about, well, please reach out to me by clicking on the Contact Us tab and sending us your message. And remember, if you're considering booking any type of tour while you're in Puerto Vallarta, you must go to vallartainfo.com. That's JR's website. Reserve your tour through him right from his website. He really, really appreciates that. And remember, this is a value-for-value proposition. His experience and on the ground, his knowledge, everything Puerto Vallarta in exchange for you're making a purchase of a tour that you would do anyway. You're just doing it through him as a way of saying thank you. Thanks, JR, for being our guide. It costs no more than if you're going to be using someone else, so do it, really. And when you take one of his tours, make sure you email me about your experiences. Maybe you can come on board and share with others what you liked or didn't like about the tour. Again, contact me by clicking on the Contact Us tab and sending off a message. And don't forget, he's got his maps, his DIY tours, his revitalized happy hour board, and more. I have links to all of those in the show notes. Hey, remember, Raul, his happy hour is from 1 until 2. Maybe I got to add that on the happy hour board, too. We'll see. Anyway, once again, if you like this podcast, please take the time, subscribe, give me a good review, if you will, wherever you happen to be listening, or better yet, share it with a friend. That's the best way to get the word out to more and more people about the magic of this place, Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. And remember, I made it easy for you to do just that with each episode I create. But if you haven't been to my website, you really need to have a look there. I have links to the places we talk about, interesting pictures and more right there in my blog posts, in the show notes for each episode of the show. So check them out for sure if you haven't already. All right? All right. Hey, thank you, Lisa and Billy from Rise. We're going to be following up, and we're going to be finding more about your talent show over the coming months. And hey, thank you to Raul Garcia de Alba from the Seahorse Cucina Bar and Lounge in Puerto Vallarta. Raul, your restaurant is beautiful. Your food, your drinks are fabulous. Guys, get over, see Raul, support him, have some great Italian food, see the best sunset in Puerto Vallarta. And anyway, listen, wouldn't you like to see him at least finally get a day off? Come on, get over there. Anyway, thanks to all of you for listening all the way through this episode of the Puerto Vallarta Travel Show. This is Barry Kessler signing off with a wish for you to slow down, be kind, and live the Vallarta lifestyle. Nos vemos, amigos.
De Puerto Vallarta, noche de arrullo en el mar. Samba de Puerto Vallarta, noche de amor junto al mar. Solo camino eterno por la playa, me encuentro junto al río cuando todo está en calma. Pronto cae la noche, me brillas Puerto Vallarta, samba de Puerto Vallarta.